So you have to really admire Donald Trump's strength. After there was an assassination attempt on him, somebody literally shot a piece of his ear off. He was, in a situation where it was life and death, and he went like this: fight, fight, fight. That's the most really badass thing you can do in that situation. Now, somebody asks me, I know the Joker once said from Batman, in your final moments, you get to see who somebody truly is. If somebody's faced with impending death, you get to see who they truly are in their final moments. And somebody asks, like, if you were in a life and death situation, how would you react, Andrew? I think I would probably be a clown. Like, let's say, hypothetically speaking, I was in a situation, I was giving a speech, and somebody, shut a piece of my ear off, and I might like comedically go like, fight, 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 and especially if I knew, there was, Secret Service protecting me, and I'm like, all right, I could potentially die here, but I want to show a sign of strength and comedy. I'd go like, fight, fight, fight. But let's say hypothetically speaking, me, or even Donald Trump for that matter, or anybody, walked into East New York, walked into like the really poverty-stricken ghetto, and a group of hoodlums and criminals come up to you, and you're vulnerable. You might be, in your last moments, you might be afraid for your life, especially if you don't have Secret Service or bodyguards protecting you. You might be a coward, So in a situation where you're giving a public speech and you want to show a sign of power, I know some people are saying Trump's a badass, but I think a lot of people, in that situation, I mean, it was badass, don't get me wrong. He literally was in a life and death situation, and he's doing fight, 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 rather than cry or cower, it's badass. But, also, let's put it this way, let's say he was in the middle of the ghetto, and he was alone with no bodyguards, and criminals came up to him, and you might be a coward in that situation and not be chatting. You're not gonna be fighting 10 criminals and going fight, fight, fight. So I don't know what my point is. I guess the point is it depends. I know the Joker said in your last moments you see who somebody truly is. In certain situations, I might be a comedian. In other situations, I might be cowardly, especially if I'm getting assaulted by 10 criminals in East New York.